Just talk to me about that team socials. Is there any team social or moment in your career or initiation or something that's just blown your mind? You're like, oh my God, this has gone horrifically wrong.
Maybe we can speak about one. That's easy.
Yeah, it's Milo, wasn't it? Yeah, my first social at Clermont.
We actually had a fantastic night, to be totally honest.
A lot of fun.
Originally, 99% of it was sensational. We had a great court session just before organized, really well done.
Yeah.
There's the judges, there's the new boys, and everybody's playing along and playing ball, and it was all good. And then we went from bar to bar where all the new boys were strapped up. He remembers half of it, but he did well, and he stood strong until Jamie had to pick him up and take him back. And then went to the last final nightclub. I mean, Millau is a big village, and there's one nightclub where everybody meets around. And a guy slaps a girl in the middle of the nightclub and is about to do it again. Aurélien Rouget grabs his hand and is like, mate, you do this again, I'll kick the living shit out of you. And things are about to kick off, and the boys realize it's 45 of us. There's not just, 44 of us, because he was dead. But, and so all of a sudden they back out, but they wait for us in scooters in front of the nightclub as, the nightclub gets emptied and everybody's walking there. And we hear later that they're the local drug dealers or whatever it is, thinks they're hot shits. But it's 40 of us again. And so they're on the scooters looking a bit threatening. Some of the boys are about to go. Rouget grabs and is like, let's not fuck this night. It's been fantastic. Let's just walk home. Tiny little village, 10 minutes to walk back to the hotel. It starts pissing down with rain. There's always a guy who's going to be drunk and needs to be picked up. There's a guy, who stops for a fag. There's a guy who stops to chat to somebody, whatever it is. So you know how you become
Stragglers,
sort of little groups of 2s and 3s everywhere. And it starts pouring down the rain. So guys are actually stopping under doorsteps to not be too drenched by the water. I'm carrying John Ulugia, the hooker who was very, very drunk, with Aurélien Rouget. And as we're walking up, we see just guys coming up with scooters with things in their hands. And it's pissing down. We don't really know what's happening. And as those boys came back, but they had machetes, they had shovels, they picked up anything they could use as to cut us, to kill us really, and to protect themselves. So in front of boulangeries, you'll have like a metallic post, like an advertisement thing. Well, they picked that up as shields. And they just came to us, and it was 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes of just craziness, a bit of Vietnam War type of style, beat the shit out of them, but they're cutting in. That's why we got cut everywhere.
For those listening to this, Ben has a massive scar on his left arm that literally looks like someone's hit him with a machete.
I've got some in the back of my head, mate. I just 4 weeks before I had a doppel of my neck, and I got hit by a shovel in my neck. So they were testing if the things got done properly.
See if the surgeon's done a proper job.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Mate, Julien Pierre rocked up to come and save us. Was about to swing on the first guy, got hit with the machete on his hip. 44 stitches he had. He was open from his belly button all the way to his back, this close to snapping his sciatic nerve. So that means no more leg power. That's how bad it was.
Hell of a scar.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was the craziness about this all is that actually 45 guys, but only 1, 2, 3, 5 actually got to fight instead of against 12 of them, because they went with backup. And all the big players that we have, the Jamie Cudmore, he would have killed somebody.
Yeah.
The Georgians, Jon Fox Davies, who was out of action. All they saw was a guy.
Just fuck off, yeah.
They were just walking just after. And all they saw was a guy running down the street with a shovel. When you see somebody running out, you don't think of catching him, do you? No. And then they got to the place and everything was done. And look, I'm going to finish on a cute note, because that's the reality, that we all get sent back to the hospital. As a stupid way, I take my phone and my watch, I don't know why, and I give it to Alex Lapondry. I was like, please take care of it. My parents found out about this Sunday lunch the next day. It made the local news. Kayser, Rouget, Julien Pierre attacked by Machete at Millau. Tried to call me, couldn't, and I hadn't have my phone for another 24 hours. So that's a bad move. Always, try to speak to your parents. But on the cute note, we got to the hotel, and all the big fellas are like, right, what do you do? We need to go and get them. So they were breaking chairs and making weapons, and right. All the Georgians are like, we're going on a manhunt. Just tell us what they look like. We're gonna find those guys and we're gonna kill them. And they start walking around. There's a group of 10 led by Jamie and all the Georgians, speaking to each other. They were back. It was World War II, right? And they were about to kill somebody. And they're walking down the streets looking for somebody who looks. Millau is a teeny little town. It's a big village. There's nothing. And at one point, they hear this old lady from a window, down there, there's a weird individual. They're like, right, it's one of them. And they start running, whatever. They get there. Do you know who it is? It's John Ulugia, who I dropped as the fight kicked off, who was so drunk, who was sleeping on her doorstep. And they're like, there's a big individual. But there was this wild boar basically sleeping on her doorstep who'd seen nothing of what happened, who was just there still sleeping. And we completely forgot about him. And we never realized that we dropped it and started fighting. And man, we didn't think about it. We didn't
All for
think
one
about
and one for all, unless we get Machete, then fuck you, right?
Yeah.
And so in the end, they got picked up by the police the next day, and most of them got 3 years, and 2 of them got 6 years in jail.
Right, can I just ask you one question? Sorry, do you want to say something?
Well, I'd like
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club. My mother was like, "No, you're coming home. You're not staying in France." Like that's. Cool.
So there was 5, you plus 5 other people or 4 other people who got the actual Machete stuff. Just from our point of view, we've been quite jokey. What do you do when that happens? Because like Cudmore, the Georgians, right? Everyone thinks they're quite hard. It's a very different thing when someone's got a shovel and machete, and like you're suddenly aware of what's going on. Were you just like, fucking hell, this is the most terrifying thing ever?
To be totally honest, I thought they were baseball bats. If I knew they were machetes, I would have not fought the same way. Because he chopped me from there to there. That's why I got sectioned this bit of my nerve and stuff. And so you just block it and then you just fight.
Oh, really?
You didn't think about it. If I knew they were machetes, then maybe would have done things differently, throw something out there and try to kick them. But we just went for a number brawl.
But you boys, no one ran. Lads actually just stood up and were like, right,
Oh,
fuck
you had to. There was no walking around.
Oh my God, this is mental. But the Georgians never found them, the couple never found them.
Hallelujah. Honestly, but that's the worst thing that can happen. You get chopped off, you're just happy that Julien Pierre is okay. But imagine they found one. Mate, 100% they go to jail because they kill a guy.
But I can't believe you got macheted on the hip.
No, it's mental.
You got hit on the head with a shovel.
Yeah. On the back of the neck with a shovel. This is the machete. Julien Pierre got his elbow, but Aurélien Rougerie, sorry. Julien Pierre is the worst, man. He was split open like that. You could see his entire inside body.
But wasn't he playing like less than a month?
Yeah, pretty much 4 or 5 weeks later he was back playing.
My God.